chitter, other bug sounds. Hi, welcome to Chitterbug.
There's like, I thought you were going to do some double bubble toil and trouble, parody.
I should do that sometime.
You'd write down an entire parody to the...
Write entire parody to the entire, witch scene.
Witch scene from...
Macbeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Chitterbug.
Hello.
Joined with my sibling, Motts.
That's me.
This time we actually wanted to talk about a silly thing that we, do fairly regularly, which is we both run TTRPGs.
We do. We both run TTRPGs.
Specifically with, friends and family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We both run AD&D, 5th edition D&D, Call of Cthulhu. Mm-hmm. There's a handful... Blades in the Dark. There's a handful of ones that we've run, one, but the other hasn't run.
There's a...
Uncharted Worlds.
That's it. I was like, there's a space one that uses Powered by the Apocalypse, but I don't remember. Uncharted Worlds. That was it.
I haven't finished reading Pathfinder to be able to run Pathfinder.
I would like to run Pathfinder at some point, but I haven't yet read it. I want to finish my D&D run first, but yeah.
Valid. Trying to swap from one system to another is already nightmarish.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've had to do it.
Yeah.
We're not actually going to talk about those systems too much. Instead, we actually have, as a result, a lot of really silly stories and comments that get made about these events.
Yeah,
about these game sessions.
I think everyone who's ever played a tabletop role-playing game has plenty of stories they can call upon and whatnot. And this... We wrote some of, the silliest quotes we've ever said in a game down. And, to give a little context, way back when we started this fucking thing, I don't know how many years ago it was.
More than 5.
More than 5. At
least 7.
I was on Tumblr. And there was this Tumblr blog called Out of Context D&D Quotes. And... often, we'd laugh and read some of these silly things, and we decided to make our own, list of them with the idea of sharing them, and we did share a couple, but generally we didn't, but we kept doing it anyway, because it was just too much fun to look back and be either like, oh my god, I remember that, or holy shit, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And that's what we have here, is a book full of just these silly, silly quotes that we'll, talk about and share a couple silly stories and whatnot, and maybe just generally not remember things, because there's a couple that I noticed I have no idea why anyone said this, because it doesn't even say who said it.
The thing is, of course, there's
it's out
no
of context. Yeah.
So at most you might get a notation if it's important for the joke.
Yes, and
that's it. But also specifically, you picked quotes that were from when I was GMing, and I picked quotes from when you were GMing.
Yeah, we thought that would be a funny twist.
Yeah. And we have pages, and there are other GMs in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Book.
Generally, we kind of rotate GMs at our table very often.
Yeah.
But this is just the two of us, the two Sibs,
We're the only ones that are available to give consent to share stuff from our work. So,
yeah.
So you've picked one out to share first.
Yes. This one. Do I give context or do I just say it first? It's a couple different characters talking. One of them is my own.
I'd probably read it and then give some context, unless the context would be needed to get to the joke.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt one of the other characters' voice. Should I run the guy over or try to save the old man? I'm old, run the fucker over! I'm gonna take the old man's advice. Yeah! You remember that?
Oh. That sounds like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that is Dueling Clubs and Warren.
Yeah, it was. It was Dueling Clubs and Warren.
I'm going to go under the assumption that was from Case 2 Shot the Presses.
I think so.
I don't think there was much driving in the third or first. It could have been the first one.
Could have been the first one. Warren wasn't there. I think so.
Good luck piecing together what we're talking about.
Good luck with that. If I remember correctly, I don't exactly remember where Warren was, which Warren is my character. Dueling Clubs is another player's character. Dueling Clubs, she stole a car?
Yes.
And she was just speeding. She had spun the car around. She was trying to help the party, and they were dealing with, like, gunmen, right?
Yeah.
And Warren must have been in the pathway. I remember Warren was in the path while she's driving this fucking car top speed at us. And, you know, she's just like, you know, do I hit them or do I, you know, help, like, the old man? And Warren is just like, Warren is like 50, 60 plus years old. And
he's
just
elderly man.
He talks like this. And he's just like, run the fucker. Warren's like the kind of guy who's just like, no, fuck this shit. Just do it. It's fine. I lived a good life.
I lived a good life.
I'm so surprised because it's Call of Cthulhu that Warren hasn't died yet.
Yes. You never know who's gonna die in Call of Cthulhu.
Like, we kind of play Call of Cthulhu with some Pulp Cthulhu rules, which is another TTRPG, by the way. It's like an expanded version of Call of Cthulhu.
Pulp Cthulhu and some of my own homebrew.
Yeah. But still, even with, like, those Pulp Cthulhu a little bit more hit points, which is, I think, something that Pulp Cthulhu gives you.
Yes.
I'm still shocked that the old man has not bit the dust yet, and several other characters have.
Yes. 2 other characters have...
From the same player.
Died. Yes.
I'm so sorry. This keeps happening.
Okay, so... Here's one. It's actually 2. I've got,
Oh, it's 2.
Oh, do I want to read both of them? They're both pretty short.
You can read both of them. It's fine. I don't think... Are they related to each other at all, or are they completely different?
They're adjacent to each other.
They're adjacent. Okay,
so... I do not remember who said this first one.
Okay.
Could be anyone. Hey, someone's robbing the museum we're robbing.
Oh my gosh, that was with fuck directors' kids. It was is it Burnt Midnight Oil? Is that what that was?
It is not.
This
is something you ran, remember?
Oh wait, it's something I ran. Why am I so stupid? I literally explained the rules just a minute ago. What? Oh, I know where it was. It was unsupervised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with a Klein's party, which I understand the audience does not know who that is, but it's a group of villains.
It's a group of super villains.
Okay.
The super is in like 0.5 font, though.
Yes.
They're not very good at it.
They're not very good at it. It might have been Drooler who said that, I'm not sure.
Might have been.
But yeah, like, you guys were robbing a museum, and then the actual plot was robbing the museum.
Yeah, same museum.
Same museum, a group of bad guys, another group of bad guys, different ones.
This one, the second one, though, is definitely something my character said.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a non-combat call. I sample the gumbo.
Where did the gumbo come from? I don't even remember.
No idea.
Oh wait, no, I do. You guys got kidnapped, and you were in the Crook's like lair. You were in the Nighthawk's lair.
Yeah.
And you went into the kitchen, and there was a gumbo cooking.
Yeah. Okay.
And your character, who has some basis in a character from Hazbin Hotel, decided to sample the gumbo because he thought it would be funny, and it was.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was great.
I want to say that the gumbo was good, so we let the chef live.
I think so, yes. I think you did let the chef live because the gumbo was tasty. This will be a fun one for you to have to explain.
Oh,
I
boy.
know the context.
Oh,
You'll
boy.
know the context, but you'll have to explain to them the context.
Oh boy.
Now, I don't know exactly who said this, but bring out the holy sponge!
I know who said that. That was Quetzalmort. Almost certainly that was Quetzalmort.
He would really say that about his own sponge.
Yes, it is a holy artifact now. Okay, so context. I will give you some context.
Any amount.
So the sponge in question is a magic item I called the damage sponge.
Yeah.
The thing about the damage sponge is that when you get hurt, the sponge will take some of the pain from you. You know,
some of the HP.
some of the damage.
Some of the damage.
Will go into the sponge. Mm-hmm. Hence, damage sponge.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You could then you could then take the sponge and hit someone with the sponge and deal every point of damage that's in the sponge at once. And this somehow ended up in the hands of one player who was playing as a ex-god.
Like a disgraced fallen god.
Yeah, disgraced fallen god. And
he's mortal because of that.
yeah.
You know.
And the thing is, like, he's got a big hammer. He's all about punching stuff. He would, like, get hit super hard, fill up that sponge, and then clap back with it full force. And basically, at a certain point, was just like, this sponge is going to be a holy artifact
when
I get my godhood back. And we've just been running with that dumb idea.
It's been really funny.
He still has the sponge, by the way.
He does. He does still have the sponge. It'll be a relic remembered in his temples of old once, you know, he gets his godhood back. If I suppose he gets his godhood back, you know?
Yeah, I suppose he's got a number of arcs to F that up, so... I'd like you to give some context for this.
Okay.
The water fumbled. The water fumbled. Roll percentiles. 13. How is the water distracted?
So that's using a fumble chart. What arc was that the water could have fumbled? There was a river when we were running Tomb of Annihilation, but I don't think was it Cursed Hunting? Not Cursed. Fuck. Deny the Eye.
Was it Deny the Eye?
It had to have been Deny the Eye. Okay, so that's the makes sense too because the water was somewhat sapient.
Yeah.
Okay.
The water wanted to drown people.
So I had you guys playing essentially a pirate arc.
Yeah.
It was D&D. It was a pirate arc. And the water in this area, it is inky black and it wants to eat people. It will, if you touch it, there's a good chance it'll grab you like venom and pull you, except you do not want to be there. It will eat you, it will drown you, it will feed you to its many, many dangerous species.
As opposed to getting a cool symbiote suit,
you
get just eaten.
Delicious.
You go straight in the mouth.
Go straight in the mouth. With all the teeth. And let's see, the water fumbled, which to me says that somebody touched the water or somebody was near.
Yeah.
Because I remember there were storms, there were all sorts of things.
We're on a boat.
In which the water must have been making a to-hit roll.
Yeah.
Which makes sense if I was using the water as an enemy. And we run on the homebrew rolls. Taken from old AD&D, which is if you roll a 1, you have to roll on this chart. And I don't even, was that an old AD&D or was that still homebrew?
I believe that was a homebrewed part
Holy
of
smokes.
AD&D.
It's something that we kind of grew up with because our parents played D&D and that was their homebrew and they kind of took it, we kind of got it passed down to us. We kind of made our own fumble charts. It's like a percentile roll essentially and whatever
to
it
see
lands
how bad
on.
it goes.
How bad it goes and rolled the 13, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. I don't know how water could be distracted, but that, you guys were very distracting.
The water is just gloop gloop.
Gloop gloop. Gloop gloop. Y'all are confusing the water.
We've confused the water.
Water doesn't know what to do.
By the way, if you like hearing more stories, maybe we'll just ramble incoherently about characters and plot lines. We've got
too many.
I could go on an entire rant about this one character I made in Motts' D&D world, who an initial first blush is just kind of like this kooky pirate, and then you find out that he's like James Bond.
Oh my gosh. I love that character so much. I love Morcall. He's great. Okay. So this is two that are next to each other. I crumple it loudly.
Crumple the sticky note.
It's so tiny. It's so tiny.
The world's smallest sticky note.
Like a bookmarker sticky note. Okay. Is also from Call of Cthulhu. Or maybe I shouldn't have told you that. So here we go. What do you have that's small and compact and that I can take down an elephant with? I think you're looking for a grenade?
What?
That's what it says. See? What do you have that's small and compact and that I can take down an elephant with? And then someone else said, I think you're thinking of a grenade.
What were you fighting?
We went to a gun store, I think, because the next quote has to deal with it.
Oh.
And what were we fighting that we needed to take down an elephant-sized something? I don't know.
I mean, I can only assume that maybe you weren't quite sure what you were gonna be fighting.
Yeah. Maybe I kind of want to say the first quote kind of sounds like something Carl might say.
That does sound like something Carl would say. Carl is, of course, another
another character from another player. I'm not sure who said, I think you're looking for a grenade.
That might have
been the gun shop owner.
Likely would be me, the gun shop owner.
Which, speaking of which, the one right under it, because I thought they were both really good. And I'm pretty sure this was my character who said this, So you're the Burger King of gun stores? That's actually our motto. We're the Burger King of gun stores.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely in Shot the Presses.
Another one from Shot the Presses,
yes.
Really.
Oh.
It was a fun arc.
Which likely means that,
The fuck were we fighting? It was a bunch of cultists. What did we think we were fighting?
You didn't quite know exactly what the cultists had on their side.
I mean, last time we were there, we met a mud god.
You almost drowned to the mud god.
Maybe we thought we'd die to something worse than a mud god.
You almost drowned.
It's only up from here.
You almost drowned to a mud god and then had to fight a vampire.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why were they the Burger King of
I think I was making a joke that's like a chain.
It's like a chain of gun stores. Some guy comes in and is like, I would like a number 2. Yeah, sure, here you go. 3 cartridges and a pistol.
So this is from when I think it'll be pretty obvious to you. So I'm just gonna tell you. This is from when Motts ran Call of Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
He's being respectful and not bleeding on the carpet. I'm a butler, not a barbarian.
Okay, it was another player whose character was like a butler kind of character. A butler like assassin.
Yes.
That was fun. And he was injured and bleeding, but he wasn't bleeding on the carpet.
Yes.
Because you were in a mansion at the time, right? Like,
yes,
like
yes.
the big cultist mansion.
Yeah, we were in the mansion of, like, the cultists, but, like, these particular cultists were kind of our friends.
Kind of our friends.
Which wasn't intentional, but was really funny.
Nothing I ever fucking run ever ends as I intend it to. And I've kind of just accepted this as the reality of the situation. Whenever I run in particular, I will not have predicted how it will end.
Some examples. We befriended a Nothic.
You did.
We
became mainstay NPC.
Yes. We threw some taffy down to a kaiju.
Yeah. They liked that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. We adopted, like...
Several people.
Well, was supposed to be like our arch nemesis as our dad.
You did! Oh my gosh! You figured that out so soon, because like that character was meant to be like a late game reveal to actually be a better person, like a good guy. He's just screwed over. And you guys sussed him out
we
so
were
fast.
So pissed at him, and then we're just like, that's our dad.
That's our dad!
It literally went from, like, we hate him, to being like, oh, that scamp, to being like, so we've adopted him.
Adopted one of the main bads, in quotes.
Oh.
Who has secretly never been the main bad.
Yeah.
But I tried to make you think he was the main bad.
You did a pretty good job up
Thank
until we started being like, nah, he's just a funny guy.
He's just a funny guy.
He just put our car in a tree.
He put our car in a tree. What a
scamp.
What a scamp. We love him.
Another thing, I started like a revolution.
You did, of goblins, and then like
Modrons.
Yeah, you started like a couple.
I started two
worker revolutions.
Same character. This character is not a charisma-based character. They just did that.
Yes. I very much believe in rolling with it, with players. And I there's no better players to roll with it than our group, because, like, you gotta, like,
if you have a group that can, like, kind of bounce off each other, or just sort of bring out the ridiculous fun energy, stick with that group, because stick with them and try and, like, find good middle grounds anytime there are, like, disagreements on how something should go. Because you get lots of silly, stupid stuff like that. That's also, like, related, not the first or the last time I have done this, just as different characters.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the first time I did it was with a bunch of bees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. I think you're right. This one, I believe Melvin starts out, but I could be wrong. You accidentally turned them to ash. Yeah, accidentally. That's a lot of accidental ashes. Now, I don't remember exactly which one this is from. I know it's Alheim, which is a world name. I know for a fact, also because I could see a little bit later, I could see Eric listed. But this sounds like something Brielle got into.
Almost certainly.
Like, Brielle's, like, one of our other players, and she loves setting shit on fire. She is the stereotype of the fireball guy.
Yeah, she embodies the I cast fireball.
I cast fireball.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
It was kind of a running thing that, like, she would often accidentally hit the party until, like, we switched over to 5th edition from AD&D. And, you know, she was able to become an evocation wizard and not accidentally roast the party.
Yeah.
But
she then had the option to not roast the party. I got another twofer here for you.
Another twofer?
I know exactly. I think I know exactly who said both of these lines. One of them's my character.
Oh.
Another one is another player who often shows up in these. Same player that has, like, dueling clubs and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't want to die in seconds. I want at least a minute to regret my decisions.
I want at least a minute to regret my decisions.
I'm positive that's Shiva.
That does sound like Shiva. That does sound like Shiva, who also played dueling clubs and Ketzelmore. That sounds honestly like a joke you could put in like a TV show, honestly.
Yes.
She's got like really good sense of humor, that player. Like
Yeah.
she's got a really good sense of humor.
Yes.
I wonder what was happening at the time though. Because that could be anything.
I have no clue.
That could be anything I threw at you guys. Well, these are out of context. The context is irrelevant. Even if we're filling in the context.
If we can remember the context, we fill it in. I have no idea. But here's the second one. This one's from me. You think you can net me with my own net gun? Ha! Only I can net me with my own net gun.
That's so fucking... Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's your character, the Shroud. Who's like this kind of big, like, hero type, like kind of a Silver Age Batman character, like a, Adam West Batman. Like, and you had a net gun really early on. You wanted a net gun. For obvious reasons, you were playing this kind of Silver Age hero character. And you could not hit anybody or keep them in the net gun except yourself.
No, here's the
for
thing.
shit.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Anyone that gets stuck in the net gun basically can't escape ever. No matter what they do, they will never succeed the DC, 10 check.
Yes!
It's super easy to get out of the net gun, but they won't, no matter what.
Yeah, it was a running joke.
And the number of times that I have netted myself or other party members is way too high.
It was such like a classic that I gave you guys. When I was upgrading, I was giving you guys upgrades for like magic items and stuff. I upgraded the net gun to make
it's an even harder
to get out. No. Just because again, you guys got better as you kept going because that's how D&D works.
Yeah.
But it's such a fucking essential running joke.
Yeah, and we also both run high magic worlds.
Yeah, very high magic worlds. This one is from actually one of the latest sessions.
Oh boy.
I'm a doctor, not a vet, and I diagnose this deer with dead. I mean, ironically, Warren is also a vet, but just not a vet in that regard.
Not a veterinarian.
Not a veterinary.
A veteran.
A veteran. That was I shot an eldritch deer.
Yeah.
This deer was incredibly fucked.
It was not a good deer.
It was not a good deer.
The deer got shot, got back up, charged at Warren, got shot again.
Yes. And the thing with Warren that I thought would be a really funny concept for a Call of Cthulhu character is that he never believes anything weird is going on.
Yes.
That is a core character trait. No matter what, he disbelieves it. So this creature, which it had holes in its head and, it was behaving weirdly. It's again, it was shot a couple different times. It had holes in its head to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay. It was already, and, it charges and I finally kill it. And the other party members who were there are essentially what the fuck was it? What's wrong with it? Is investigate it and stuff. And Warren doesn't give a flying fuck. It's a deer. It's dead. It's probably diseased. We probably shouldn't eat that.
Yeah.
I love playing Warren.
Yes.
Especially in Call of Cthulhu. He's just great. At one point, we joked about the other party members taking sanity damage from, like, Warren disbelieving something.
Yeah, like, imagine, like, seeing, like, everyone else sees a deep one, a fish person.
A fish person.
And Warren just be like, they've got a rather nasty skin condition.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you losing more sanity from seeing the deep one or from Warren not seeing the deep one?
Yeah. It's like a character literally got vaporized in front of everyone, like one of the previous sessions not that long ago, and Warren was just like, oh, I wonder where she went.
Yeah.
That would be silly. Don't be silly. No one can just be vaporized into ash. It makes no sense.
Yes.
He's gaslighting the rest of the party.
There's been a running gag that you're going to see Great Cthulhu, and Warren's going to cause Cthulhu to take sanity damage. But it's like, you're not a god.
That's a rather large octopus.
So the last one I've got to share is another comment. I'm not sure who the first person is. The second person's back to Shiva.
Oh, really?
Yes. But I've been eating frozen yogurt for the past 9 days. You set off my doomsday device 9 days ago?
That's definitely Shiva on the second one. Oh, that could have been any player. I don't think it would be Renati. Who could have been eating? It could have been an NPC, actually. Because I tend to run with you guys on, like, your silliness.
This was, based on context, this was back kind of in between, like, you know, the arcs. We sometimes have, like, little interludes.
We used to do that,
we have just, like, a silly thing. We were at, like, I think it was the Pineapple Resort.
Oh, that's right! Okay.
This silly little, like, place where people, like, could relax and whatnot.
You set up my doomsday. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So it really could have been anyone.
It could have been anyone. If it was Renati's player, it would have been Ramius then.
Yeah.
It could have been an NPC. I don't see the Shroud saying that. The Shroud wouldn't say that. I can't really see Kaylin saying that. So I feel like it was either Ramius or an NPC. That's fun though. Shiva loves making doomsday devices and just putting them in things because she's evil and bored.
Yes.
That is the answer. She is evil and bored.
She's very evil and very bored.
She had to make her own entertainment. I've been pulling a lot of Call of Cthulhu ones. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I just picked ones that, like, to me, that stuck out as something that would be funny to say. Okay, I think we'll go with this one, because I think the other one's also Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, because that's a power roll against one's shoe.
It's one's shoe?
I have no idea under any circumstances why anyone would be making a power roll against a shoe.
I don't know.
Who knows? If you've played Call of Cthulhu and you know what a power roll is, I think you've taken sanity damage.
Did I mention there's a lot of homebrew?
So I don't know who was saying what or where this was even. Maybe you remember. It's like a tightness in my chest. I can feel it now. It's called a heart attack, sweetie. Oh, you know what? That cadence does make me think. It's called a heart attack, sweetie. Melvin uses sweetie and honey all the time, so that might have been Melvin.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Tightness in my chest. I can feel it. You're getting a heart attack. We should probably call a hospital. Do you have any idea?
No. I have no clue.
I'm sorry that this one I just noticed. There seems to be a lot of a maybe going around. We're operating in the margin of maybe.
The thin margin of maybe.
Thin margin of maybe. Honestly, it sounds like the Alheim team, but I could not tell you what was happening. Because again, like, that's Melvin's cadence. Melvin is one of my characters. He very consistently says, "Sweetie, honey, darling, dearest, shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
He's actually very nice, but he has like this kind of passive-aggressive, "I'm very tired of your shit."
I have no sweet clue the context of where this was happening.
A perfect last thing to end something that's meant to be quotes without context.
Yep. I hope you've enjoyed. We still have
A lot. If you actually...
like another 20 pages.
If for whatever reason this was actually entertaining to you, we can always do it again. If you liked it. If not, not a big deal.
Or we might still do it anyway, just because we think it's funny.
That's fair. You know, we make the rules.
We make the rules, you decide to sit here for 40 minutes.
Yes. Presumably, if you're here for 40 minutes, there was something you liked about it. If not, totally fine.
I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, maybe we'll talk more about our experiences playing and running D&D and Call of Cthulhu, or maybe we'll just share more silly quotes.
Might be fun to bring each a story or two to the table. Just
yeah,
be
just
like, here's a funny thing that happened or something.
Allow me to break down the entirety of this one arc that almost went off the rails because of an elevator.
Oh my gosh! I loved that. I'm just gonna talk about Call of Cthulhu for like 40 minutes.
You think that we've run a lot of Call of Cthulhu.
We haven't.
You actually haven't?
It's just insane the amount of shit you can get up to if you play Call of Cthulhu the way we do.
Yes.
Which is to say, insanely.
That is to say, get a bunch of D&D players and run them through Call of Cthulhu. As Pulp Cthulhu in particular.
Yeah, I think that's better because like I've seen D&D players playing Call of Cthulhu that have like kind of not really been able to adapt very well to it. Pulp Cthulhu, little baby steps.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit more hit points and the ability to punch things, and
Yeah.
But yes.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.